there's some shuffling of the roster for the Carolina Hurricanes. We'll call it breaking-ish news.
Good enough for the sounder.
Good enough for the sounder, but I don't want everybody like, what's going on? Did they trade for Marc-Andre Fleury? Nothing that crazy.
Not yet.
I hope so. I hope we have that breaking news coming soon.
That'd be awesome.
Not yet. Spencer Martin claimed off waivers, which is a goalie with 51 career appearances in the NHL.
Claimed off the waiver wire from the Columbus Blue Jackets,
where he's played low double digits games this year. He's like 3-8-1 or something along those lines.
13 games.
There you go, 13 games. They also put Pyotr Kochetkov on IR, which is a mostly paper move to make room for Martin coming in. My first reaction, like I'm sure many of your first reactions, is I hope this isn't how they plan on solving goal, right? All of the issues that we've had for the last however many months, since Freddie went onto the medical situation with his blood clotting, I hope this isn't like, all right, we couldn't make any of the big things happen, so we're claiming Spencer Martin and we're good to go. I hope that's not it, but the more I think about it, that's not what it is. I was just, as we all do, right? You hear this news, you start reacting. I was talking with Adam Gold, who hosts the Adam Gold Show right before this one, and he kind of hinted at it, and I'm taking it to the next level. You know what this is about? It's about Yaniv Peretz.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not about him in a way like, oh, gosh, we can't have him in the game. It's partially that, right? It's partially we don't want to be one play away from Peretz having the entire season on his back like they have been the last couple of games with Ronta out there. It's about Peretz needing to be on the ice and them not wanting him on the ice in the NHL. Peretz is he's somebody they obviously think highly of, much, much higher than I thought they thought of him at the beginning of this year. The fact that they even considered bringing him up and being the number 2 goalie in an NHL stretch of games means they're higher than you'd think they would be about an undrafted rookie goalie. But also, they probably recognize he needs to be on the ice getting reps. Whether that's the ECHL, which is where he's been, whether that's the AHL, whether it's he needs to be on the ice getting reps. And they also understand that the Carolina Hurricanes NHL season is not the place where young guys go to get reps. That's a place you go when you're ready to perform, you're comfortable, and you're not wide-eyed.
Yeah, you don't take a pitcher right to the majors.
Yeah, right. You don't go, hey, we've got a pennant race. Let's go get the guy that's been playing solid in Double-A and have him start Game 6. Like you just don't do that. You don't do it. So Spencer Martin, even if he's not somebody that they see as highly of long term, even if he's just kind of a very, very patchwork solution, he's at least somebody that has 50 games in the NHL experience. If they have to, he's an ultimate break glass in case of emergency option. If Kochetkov can't get back by next Thursday, then he probably gets a start.
He's another warm body.
He gets a start. So there you go. That's when you're so thirsting for a move at a position, when you're like, they need to do something at goalie, and then all of a sudden the bing, 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 the news starts coming out with signed a goalie going on IR, this goalie, that goalie, you're like, oh my gosh, it's happening. And then it's like, actually, it's not much is happening here. It's a shuffling of what could easily be considered 4th and 5th goalie in the system. It's just with some injuries they're dealing with right now, it's kind of popped up to 2nd and 3rd goalie in the immediate interim.
And there's a likelihood, potentially, that Spencer Martin doesn't even play a game for Carolina.
If Kochetkov can come back.
If Kochetkov can come back, okay, then you put Spencer Martin back on waivers, and then if you can put him down in the AHL somewhere, then go for it. If another team claims him, okay, it costs you nothing to get him. It costs you nothing for him going away. So, again, it's just another, like I said, another warm body in the system in case it hits the fan.
The irony of it all is, for all this talk we have about goalies, I wouldn't say a good chance, there's a chance that at the end of this season, Peretz played 13 minutes and and Spencer Martin was on the team without playing for like 5 days. There's a good chance these two guys combine for 13 minutes of in-game action for the Canes, and Martin is on the team for less than a week. That's if things go well, right? That's if Kochetkov comes back, and then you can depend on Kochetkov and Ranta until hopefully Freddie comes back, if and when, whoever knows how long that is. And then if even better, if you listened to the show yesterday, Dennis wasn't here, but he knows my feelings. And then even better, if you could trade for Marc-Andre Fleury when, maybe he comes in for the Sunday game against the Wild and he just stays. Then he takes one of those back-to-back games later that week.
Hey, Marc-Andre, we got a place for you already to stay. Like, hey, it's a 5:00 game. Things wrap up. We got a great barbecue spot we'll take you to. We got a place for you to stay. You know what? Just go ahead and bring the family down. We got you plane tickets, whatever you need. We got it. We got you, fam.
Just hey, you're here already.
Stay right here.
It's
convenient. You're already here.
It's convenient.
You're already here.
You don't want to stay with the Wild, do you?
We'll show you where the Harris Teeter is. All that stuff.
Yeah, Harris. I mean, all of the grocery stores.
The Wegmans, the Whole Foods,
Publix, what's your
Lowe's,
favorite? There's a Kroger, something like
Food Lion, whatever you want.
What's your
you an Aldi guy?
What's your preference? Are you an Aldi guy? What's your preference? He's probably like, I don't do my own shopping. Deal, fine, that's cool too.
Yeah, we got you there too.
We'll get you a spot far away from the grocery stores. You don't want that traffic. By the way, the Canes do play tonight also, kind of aside from the big season shuffling of the roster. They play Detroit tonight at home. The way I'm looking at this is you need to back up my trust, right? If you listen to the show after their most recent game, a 5-2 loss to the Kings, I was advocating for they've earned our trust. It's one bad game isn't a big deal. They've been playing well enough for long enough now that an off day is just that. It's an off day. So now I need them to back me up. I'm looking at the Canes like a coach who's playing his basketball player with 2 fouls early in the first. And you're just like, I'm trusting you. Go out there, don't pick up another cheap foul, and we'll be good, right? So I'm looking at him and just saying, back me up right now. If you play really well tonight, if the Canes play really well tonight against Detroit, it'll make me even more likely to give them a pass for an off night in the future. If they play poorly tonight, then I'm like, all right, we have to start looking at every little misstep as perhaps like a falling off of the wagon, and now you're back to not being in rhythm. Detroit's a good team too. I just want that to be clear.
They're running hot right now.
And they're just 2 places behind Carolina in the Eastern Conference, just 2 points behind Carolina in the Eastern Conference. So they're nothing to mess with. So you got to play well. Right? You're not going to get bailed out by the opponent in this one.
Both teams 7-2-1 in the last 10.
So unstoppable force meet immovable object. These are 2 teams on a good run. Mm-hmm. So you're going to have to play well. But if you do play well, you'll get a personal thank you from me, because that makes me look smart after your game. What was it, on Tuesday, where you gave up the 5 goals and it was a weird game?
Monday.
Was it Monday?
Yeah.
So I was talking about it on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right, because we didn't have a show on Monday.
It was that weird.
It's a short week.
Puck drop.
It was the Justin Williams game.
Mm-hmm.
So, I basically encouraged everyone to give you a pass. Don't make me regret it. Don't make me leery of giving you a pass in the future. Play well tonight, get the win. Heck, win by 2 goals. Make sure it's in regulation, and then we'll shake hands on Monday.
Maybe at some point we'll have to do like a Canes, like you do the Bryceometer. Maybe we'll have to do something Hurricanes related for that.
Is that a hint? Is that an Easter egg?
I'm just thinking out loud.
I think I've already teased that. I think
I'm just
we're doing some version of it for hockey. We just have to hammer out the creative behind the scenes.